Hi everybody, this is Christine Bertram and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I remembered to take the mute button off right from the beginning. Yay to that. Life goals, right? Oh man, I did get a nap in and I don't know if it helped or not, but I could tell as of last night at 10 o'clock, I didn't feel so good and we struggled through and powered through as much as we could today. And it hit me at 2 or 2:30, and I'm like, I need to take a nap. And so I did. And I don't know, Mary Lemke, you asked if the nap, if I got a good, hoping I got a good nap. You said hoping you got a good, I think you meant good nap. So it was a nap. I don't nap ever. And I set the alarm for 4:45, like right before class, like an hour and 15 minutes before class. And I snoozed it, of course, until 5:30. And so that means I got more sleep, but my voice may sound a little bit different and I might have to blow my nose, but everything is fine except for my nose is like a little faucet. So I probably got something. My mom, I think you guys, if you heard me say the other day, my mom was kind of schnittily all throughout her trip from, we got there on Thursday. So starting Thursday night, my mom got sinus issues and something. And so she was conundering from like Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then when we left on Tuesday, she kind of like the pressure got her again. And so I don't know if I got something from her, but I'll try not to annoy you guys too much. I am sucking on a cough drop. Not that I'm coughing by any means, but I thought, oh, maybe that'll like help me be better. I don't know. My mom left me with like 6 cough drops over on the table. I'm like, well, mom knows best, so have a cough drop. So I did. And so we'll see how it goes, right? That's all I can say. We're going to do our best. All I know is that this is January 30th, and we have one class left to do for the month of January. And it's in the books, and then we can wrap up January for classes. I am going to do everything in my power to make sure we do a navigation video tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. But if that changes at all, you'll have to just watch the YouTube channel. Tonight, Kelly's going to make me a graphic that says navigation video. And once I have that, I was going to schedule the video for 10 a.m. Central tomorrow morning. And if that should get scheduled tonight, if it needs to change tomorrow, I'm going to push it out to next week. If I, for some reason, wake up and I'm like, yeah, not good at all, we'll see. But I'm the type that I plow through as much as I can. So yeah, there's no stopping for me getting sick. So, and if that's what's happening. So, hi, Deanne Dawn. Hi, Linda Krause. Hi, Angelique. Hi, Jamie Kirkpatrick. Hi, Susan Bellamy and Cindy Runtree. There's Jeannie Gertis and Sherry Ott. Hi, Carmen Sanders. There's Judy Sharp. Hi, Sarah Mitchell. Hi, Doris Munson. There's Susan Bellamy. So, it's really crazy because I felt great. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, and then today's Thursday. So, it was till like Wednesday, it was Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. and I'm like, yeah, but I did tell you guys on my live last night that I was getting tired. So I wore myself out. There's Laura Sullivan. Hi, Sherry Martin. And there's Roxanne Burton. Hi, Debbie Gast and Jean Terwilliger. And there's Connie Moore. Hi, Jean Shute. Hi, Linda Hunt and Nedra and Faye and Kelly and Bridget. Oh my. Hi, Penny Powell. Watching on the big screen. Whoop, whoop. Hi, Kari Dwyer. Hi, Mary Carls. Yes, it was a beautiful day here in Fond du Lac as well. I will take that any day. Hi, Donna Grushki. There's Mary Lemke again. Hi, Trisha Fagley and Randy. Diane, yay. Sound. I love it. Yeah, Debbie Guest said, yay, sound. You guys. I had to do it 3 times, right, before I finally... And I never had a problem before that one time in December, but we'll see if I can keep that up. The trick is to hit mute, switch, mute, switch. So there's a process. Hi, Karen Wetstein. Hi, Judy Bell. Oh, yes, sounds like it hit you yesterday at 3 p.m. And you think when you know that your body tells you that it's tired, you should stop doing things. And no, it hit me about 10:30 last night. I kept going until about midnight or 1. And then I'm like, I'm done now. And I probably should have just went to bed at 11 o'clock. But there's just one more thing. So, and that one more thing, I got the ink, paper, scissors tutorial out to everybody last night. Like I said before I went to bed, yay, I did it. And I got it emailed and then in the Inspiration Hive as well. So that was good. Hi, Barbara Gabi. There's Deb Norman. You've been sick for about a week. Yes. It's not fun. Hi, Mimi Howenstein. There's Jay Shante. She took a nap today too. I love it. Just had your knee scope done today to repair a torn meniscus so that it'll slow you down for a few weeks. Love this sweet, so bright and cheery. It sure is. Just what the doctor ordered. I love it. Yes. Lots of daffodil and yellow is exciting. Hi, Alexandra. Just hang a bucket under the nose. You know, if you know what that's about, you're perfectly fine and you bend forward and then all of a sudden, boom, a drip comes out. And better not be any cardstock underneath you. I'll tell you that much. Because poor cardstock. Hi, Sherry Johnson. Hi, Janice Larson. Hey, Carissa Alberts. There's Nancy Mole. All right. Lynn Beasley's with us too. Hobart is on Laura's calendar. I love it. Awesome. And so is Carlo Real and Jay Shante. I love it. I printed the PDF last night. Good. So we have 4 beautiful cards that we're going to make with you today. I have everything set up in front of me, I think. I got my cutter here. Yep. I'll do roll call because I have the book in front of me. So I might as well do that right off the bat so I don't forget. And my mind is not focusing like it always is not on its... I always say I'm not running on 8 cylinders right now. I usually run on 8 and I think I'm on like 4. So we're going to do as much as we can without forgetting to do things. So hi, Janice Worth. All right. First on our list for class tonight is Miss Frances Rodriguez, and then Mary Lemke. I'm going to do this too, so I'm not looking up and down. Doris Munson, Andia Quisto, Donna Grushke, Mary Jo Stoll, Barbara Rudolph, Linda Scott, Sherry Everett, Cheryl Thomas, Pat Fleming, Vicky Rodriguez, Roxanne Burton, Janice Worth, Kathy Dolly Nagari, Jeannie Parker, Leslie McMinn, Trisha Fagley, Nedra Dover, Karen Woods, Kathy Showalter, Judy Sharp, Kathleen Ketterman, Debbie Gast, Hope Toy, Faye Godby, Susan Bellamy, Angelique McClendon, Sandy Coy Emery, Julie Bierschbach, Julie Bontranger, Connie Moore, Lisa LaFramboise, Fancy Nancy Billets, Susie Fenlater, Mary Carls, Barbara Godby, Karen Wetstein, Annette Rollin, Karen Mikowski, Feline Mays, Laura Sullivan, Sherry Stewart, Lynn Beasley. And then we move over here. We have Phyllis Oderman, Yvette Lopez, Brenda Cottrell, Maria Gilbertson, Jeannie Gertis, Christina Bernards, Deanna Stell, Linda Hodge, Patty Wright, Linda Hunt, Carmen Melendez, Kari Dwyer, Bridget Rowe, Carmen Sanders, Cynthia Mondragon. I think that might be the first time you guys hear me say Cynthia's name out loud because it felt really nice to say that, Mondragon. And this, I think, is her first class with us, so I'm so excited. Jana Lenark, and Jana's first class with us was with us last night. Joanne Kahn, Kelly Gibson, and Christina Heiser, Rose Garibaldi. Kelly just started doing classes with us, and she did the Escape was, I think, our first thing. But I don't know if I've gotten to say your name much either, Kelly. So good, welcome to one of your first classes. Christina Heiser, Rose Garibaldi, Sue Esworthy's, one of her first classes as well. Karen Stagg, Janice Larson, Joanne Naples, Gwen Petrashek, Sherry Martin, Karen Cotton, Deb Norman, Lori Baxter, Janice Ormiston, Debbie Stone, Sarah Mitchell, Penny Powell, Sharon Davis, Mary Novak, Shirley Peacock, Jan Wampach, Jennifer Jones, and Becky Gandolfo. So as I did that, my right nostril completely plugged up and I had to come up for air. I don't know if you guys saw that. I was like, I need to breathe. Okay. And then it'll come back. Okay. So technically I have 3 open lines in my book, but I'm not going to put those out for grabs. If anybody is wanting or interested in this class and I didn't read off your name, what you should do is send an email probably to me. I know Chris is helping with enrollments through the CBC Enroll, but for now, with having so few left, it's going to be more work if you email her with your list. What you could do if you're interested in this class and you wanted to ship out with your February things, you could include it with your February list to Carissa at CBC Enroll and say if available. And then what she'll do is check with me. But what I need to do with being in Florida last week, I tried to stay up on emails, but it's hard. And then coming back, I had class, I had the showcase Tuesday. I had a class Wednesday afternoon. I had a class Wednesday evening. We kitted up 2 classes today, and then we have class tonight. I have been a little less removed from my emails again. And so I don't want to offer these 3 spots up in case I missed signing anybody up. So technically you'd kind of go on a waiting list and we'd see if I have them available. I don't intend to or plan to kit up more of this class. So I want to make sure that I accommodate anybody who was already previously signed up before I would give them away, and then we have to kit just one class, which takes a lot of time to kit one. So yeah, but I want to say thank you to everybody who is signed up for this class. There's 84 of you that did the class with me, and Diane had 9 people in person that did the class with her on Monday night. So very cool. We kitted up for 96, and they're almost gone, which is awesome. We love it when there aren't kits left. So, and this is, hi, my name is Gianetta. I'm from Arkansas. I have really enjoyed watching You Can't. Can I get your email so I can get on your class list? Yes, definitely. Oh, Glenetta. Sorry, I thought that was an I. Glenetta. Okay, so when I flip the camera down, I have to give you oxygen after tonight. Yes. Oh, I'm going to have to go get like an oxygen machine and put that on me. And you know, right now you guys are going to have to pay attention. Right now my face is not red, but by the time I bring the camera up on the back end of class, you're going to have to be like, oh, she does have a red face, because that will happen. By the time I'm done with talking for 2 hours, my face turns red. So I'm missing the blue card base. So yes, Judy Sharp, I did send you, I did see your email when I was laying in bed. I saw it. So I'm putting a call out there. I need everybody who's watching that has gotten kits for this class. We are playing detective for this class. This happened one other time, and it is still an unsolved mystery. It happened for the reindeer class. So I'm going to say this too for the reindeer class, because a lot of people who doing paper scissors with me continuously do it every month. And hi, Shirley Peacock. And hi, Holly. For those that continuously do ink, paper, scissors, and you haven't done your reindeer class, I need you to really look in your card kits. I'm phoning friends to go double check. It was odd because my class kits that I got for the reindeer class back in November had, here I'm going to flip this down. It had one extra of this card kit right here, which was the fun fold with the belly band. And so I had 2 of these in my kit plus my other 4. So let's say I had 5 card kits, right? I had 2 of this one and then the 3 others, which means that somebody only has 3 in their card kits. And I know, you guys, it's okay. I get it. The holidays were a busy time of the year and you don't always have time to look in your class kits from me. But if you got November's ink, paper, scissors from me, and you're missing that card kit, I want to get it back to you. I shouldn't say back to you. I want to get it to you. The only crazy thing would be is if it's in Brenda Cottrell's shipment, which is somewhere lost in Washington. So it might be in that one of all things. But if it is, great. And if it isn't, though, and it is one that you're missing, let me know. Now that fast forward to what Judy Sharp is saying. Judy, and this happens, you guys. We are human. All we can do is try to make it right. Well, all I can say is all we can do is make it right. We're going to try and we're going to make it right. So what I want to do is have you guys check your kits. Judy, what you're saying is she had 2 of one and she's missing 1. And so what I need you guys to do, let me just read her note again really quick here. She said, I'm missing the blue card base. So let's grab the cards here. So Judy is missing the blue one, this one, the blue card base. And Judy, for now, what I'm going to do, I do have 3 sitting here. What I can do is I can send out, well, if you can wait, I'll send it in with your February class package, because we'll be mailing that in like a week and a half, maybe 14 days, maybe something like that. The 11th of February is when we plan to ship. So if you're okay waiting, I'll include it with that package. And maybe by then we solve the mystery. But what I need for you guys to do is you're going to be missing a blue. Somebody's going to be missing a blue. So you're going to have a double. So Judy, if you could just tell us if you're missing, when at some point, let us know if you're missing this one, or that one, because we can say it out during class if you guys should be, which one you would be having 2 of. What we do is manual, you guys. It really is. We lay out paper, and there's a chance that it gets put on the wrong pile, and that will happen. So I do apologize for that happening. I don't ever intend for anybody to get wrong things in their kits or things missing. It happens, though, and I can just apologize and make it right. So Judy will definitely get you the right card kit, but I'm hopeful that somebody looks through their kit tonight or tomorrow, or hopefully in the near future, and you say, oh, I have the extra card kit, and maybe you can just put it in a bigger envelope and just boop, mail it back to me. I'll even send you a stamp if that makes it easier. So I really want to get it situated so that you get the right blue Balmy Blue card kit, and then Judy gets the one that she's missing. So, all right. So yes, thank you to everybody again. I do the roll call so that if you think you're signed up for class tonight and I didn't call off your name, to reach out to me right away. It's very possible that you sent me an email or you registered, and there's been a lot in January. I can't even believe it's already the 30th today. Tomorrow is the last day of the month. I need to schedule the buzzing by reminder email, and I have to get stuff scheduled for the first, for the new month, and it blows my mind. I think that leading up to the escape seemed to be normal time speed for me. And then as soon as we came out of the escape, it has been full speed, warp speed ahead. Like, it reminds me of Spaceballs, where they're on the ship, and then he's like, ludicrous speed, and then whoosh, they go, and their heads all go back like that. That's how I feel it went for the last 3 weeks of my life. Hi, Kathy Showalter. So, yeah, all good though, you guys. No complaints here. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, we're going to go over this momentarily. This is what you guys are going to need for class tonight. And again, if anybody could tell me that they're missing the one from the reindeer, that would be great too. She's missing the blue one, but has two with the branch. Oh, okay. So I said that wrong, you guys. So she has two of this one, and she has none of this one. So that means that somebody has two Balmy Blues and you're missing one of the brown bases. So there are 2 cards with brown bases. So when you look through your kits, the 4, you'll have 2 brown bases and a yellow. But what will happen is you're going to be having none of this one, and you're going to have 2 Balmy Blues. And so one of your Balmy Blues is Judy Sharp's, and then and I didn't even look in my kits. You know what? Wouldn't it be funny if it was mine? It would be awesome if it was mine. I have a yellow. So this is what I need you guys to do. I have a yellow, a brown. I have a brown. And I have a blue. I was like, is it going to be brown? If it was going to be. Oh, okay. But that's okay. So I have my 4. So that looks to be right for me. But if everybody could double check theirs, that would be awesome too. I did get a birthday card from Ellen Brover that is sitting here. I'm going to share with you. Look at this bedazzly card. So Ellen Brover, I'm not sure if you're watching or not. I'm curious if she made this card. It looks like one of those diamond dot paintings that you put the gems on. It was really a cool card. Happy birthday, and then it's got the happy birthday on the back, but very pretty. It had to come in a special envelope. She had originally mailed it, and then it came back for more postage, so she sent it in a padded envelope for me, you guys. So thanks to Ellen Brover for my beautiful birthday card. Just a reminder, too, it's getting to be the end of the month, so just a last call for your mystery cards, and also a last call if you want to share your share a recipe, create a card, inspire others card. So these are the 2 for the drawings that we'll do next week. I also got some mail from Carissa today. So you guys, I had shown off the pictures for this, I think on Tuesday, and I didn't have the cards. They came yesterday, and I completely forgot to share them on the live last night. So I told Carissa, I felt bad that I forgot, but I could make it up today. So she's Lakeshore Stampin' with Carissa. So if you guys didn't catch it, Carissa is the one who's helping me with my enrollment, and she's taking a big leap here. She enjoys creating and designing, and then now she's starting to kit classes. 1 class a month, and I told her that as long as I had the cards to show off to you guys, I would not hesitate to show them off to you. And she kitted up 12 for her January class, and so I have her February class here to share with you, and it's called Mix It Up Card Class. And if you guys want to get her information, you could take a screenshot of this. It's lakeshorestampin@gmail.com, and her phone number's there. And what she does is she gets them here to the Hive if you want to do porch pickup from here, or she can mail them from her house. I couldn't wait, so I made them early. I got several things wrong, but now I'm watching the video and will follow the tutorial so I can recreate them properly. I love it a bit. All right, so she featured Mix It Up, the mixed labels, and so that's where you're getting some of the labels from. 4 very different genres of cards. You have one that could appeal towards the kids, one that's more masculine, and you have a couple that are feminine. And it's great. It's a great little mixture of cards that you would get. And in some cases, you do need to have stamps. Like this dinosaur is a stamp, the flowers are stamps, and then this tree is actually all die cut for you and die cut out of designer paper. So you would need some sentiments and a few focal images. Hi, Patty Wright. So that is Lakeshore Stamping with Carissa. I know I showed off her otters class the other day, and she's out now. She had 2 left as of Tuesday, and they're gone as of Tuesday. And I need to drink water. All right, so I've been getting the question about I got this question twice recently about my Memories and More class. So I've had quite a few people join the team. About 10 people joined the team since the 7th, which is so awesome. Welcome to all the newbies. I will be working on your welcome to the team cards very soon. And I got the question of what does the team pricing mean? And so what it works for the team pricing, I offer it for the Stamp-A-Stacks, and I offer it for the Memories and More classes. Ultimately, I keep saying that I create a cellophane packet, which includes all of the extra bases, mats, die cuts, embossed pieces, right? So that's the kit right there that I just showed you. And so the team pricing for the Memories and More is $20 plus shipping. And so with that, though, that means that you guys, if you're on my team, you would need to supply the other products that are needed for the class in terms of the designer paper, any ribbon, any envelopes, or any embellishments. So that is just one of the team perks that I have, so that my team feels a little bit extra special. So, all right, so I wanted to answer that just to show you guys too, in case anybody is curious. So we got them kitted up today, so that's why I could show this to you. So there are 15 card kits in there. We're gonna be doing that class next week. I have it in person on Wednesday, and then I have it online next Thursday. So February 6th is the day we're gonna be doing that class. Now, since we did get it kitted up today, I was able to get 2 people's in the mail that they didn't want to wait for February shipping. And everybody else, though, generally is cool with February shipping date of February 11th. And so what I'll do is, if you're interested in that, make sure you're sending that email to cbcenroll@gmail.com and let Carissa know that you would like to take that class too. It's me. I have... Oh, sweet sauce. I love it. Okay, Kathy Showalter. She helped us solve the mystery. I have 2 balmy blues and a brown and a yellow. Okay. You know what I might do? Okay, so you know what? Okay, so Judy Sharp, if you don't mind, and if Kathy doesn't mind, I am going to share each other's addresses with you. And if you could put the kit into an oversized envelope, like a 5x7 envelope, if you are both okay with it, send me an email and say, yep, it's okay. What I'll do is I'll give each of you guys each other's addresses, and then I will have each of you mail the right card kit to each other. And then our mystery is solved. You guys have made my night. I love it. I'm so excited. Oh, yes. Okay. I love solving mysteries like this. Like, I feel like I'm playing Clue and we're like doing detective work, right? Okay, so Kathy and then Judy, just send me a quick email, say it's okay. And what I might do is put both of you on copy of the same email and then just share each of your email or your addresses with each other. So, love it. Okay, the other thing here, I'm going to share. I love it when I love it. Okay, can you guys tell I'm excited and I love it? I do. All right, hi Susan Wormley. Did you get the birth? Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you for that reminder. Okay. I'm not done showing off Happy Mail. All right, let me flip down. So I was in Florida this past weekend, and Susan Bellamy and Christine Mansell gave me a cute little hive gift here. It's actually for my car, they said. And I have a beautiful card to share with you, too, that they gave me. Your kindness means so much, more than you will ever know. It's such a pretty card. And then they had a cloth garbage that was made, and it is for in my car. And they got it from a crafter that includes a little garbage bag. And so it's for hanging it on the side of, like, in my car. So not for putting stamping stuff in. And the super cool thing about it is whoever made it took a 2-liter bottle and cut it off and then taped to the top. And then that fits in here perfectly so that you never get the fabric dirty. So super cool. So I wanted to share that one with you. All right. And then Susan Wormley's box is right here. Oh man, Susan. I'm so happy you said something because it was sitting right next to me. And I had it here on purpose so I could share your package with everybody. Hang on here. Let me get the box out of the way. You guys, I gotta show you. Susan warmly sent me a care package the other day. It arrived, and I could not wait to show this to you guys. Okay, so this came, and she knows I love purple, and we definitely love the bees. There was this 3D creation and this card, and the card has this awesome belly band. And then when you open it up, it's gotta be like this. When you open it up, look at that. So cool. So lots of scoring. I'm so sad that she could not do, so she was planning to bring this in person to the escape. And the gifts in the box are for your car, coasters, and your cup holders, and a vent air freshener. And then look at the back, was so prettily stamped. And this box is beyond. It's over the top, you guys. Look at this. So here's the cover, and it comes out. Okay, let me just hold the box. She has it so perfect. So here's it from the sides, the bottom. So Susan, Diane Bogenhagen was going to reach out to you. She might, unless you want to do this as a presentation for an escape. But Diane's like, I might tackle this box to do for an escape. But look at this, so awesome, right? And then in the inside, what she was talking about is that there were car coasters in here, right? So we've got that. It was just perfect. Got 2 car coasters. And then there's also inside here, there's it's like a little purse, right? It's got a little tag that hangs on it too, with to and from. Little Velcro dot. And these guys, little bees. And you open them up. They're bees and air freshener. So she said there's their air fresheners, and they clip. So this goes on here, and then one of these little guys goes in here, and then it clips on your air freshener. So I will tell you, Susan, I don't know if Diane Bogenhagen's watching, but Diane saw it to me. She thought they were button clips. So let me show you what she meant. So she said you could clip this onto your button, and it would be like on your button. And I'm like, I don't know. It didn't really stay, but it could work too. So like, it's like it'd be a really big button clip, but they're for air freshener. So it's super cool, you guys. So I appreciate this. What a awesome and amazing gift, Susan. I love all of it. The box is beautiful. It sure is. So I know that Diane said today she might be reaching out to you because she might tackle. So Diane usually does presentations for the escapes and the Stamp and Fun in the Sun. So she might try to tackle this one for us, unless you are in the mood. But I feel like people would really want to learn how to make this. So, and it's always easier seeing somebody else do it. All right. No, Susan says no. Okay, so maybe if Diane reaches out to you to get the directions, I know you're always willing. And this is for Tyler. It's made with beeswax. And so Tyler's been making his sourdough. And so these are perfect wraps that he can put for sandwiches. So I love it. I'm going to give those to Tyler tonight. So thank you for these beautiful gifts. I absolutely love them all. Okay. So now, let's see here. Thank you for also reminding me about the showing that off, because I had Susan Bellamy's and Christine's here since Tuesday as well. All right, so tonight's class features some product out of the Spring Mini catalog. And I'm down to, I just counted, you guys, I have 22 DSP samplers left for the Spring Mini. It includes sale-a-bration. It includes online exclusives and sale-a-bration online exclusives in the Spring Mini. And so we have Beautiful Bokeh's, the first one, and then you guys get here. Case the card also, yes, I might have Christy Dranke do the card. Oh, Susan warmly says, I might do a presentation. Oh, good. So Susan, when you said no, I thought that was for doing the presentation. So, but if you would be up for doing a presentation, we'll talk. And we definitely need that for an upcoming escape project. Yes, I definitely agree, Kelly. Hi, Sandy Quamery. Okay, so Floral Delight is what we're going to be working with tonight. So we did 6 beautiful cards featuring at least one side of each of the patterns. So we used the blue one on this one. We used this yellow guy over here. We used this one. Then we also pulled in, this one got used twice actually. It got used on this card and this one. And then we also used this one, and the flowers got used from here along with a little bit of green on this one. So we gotta be strategic when we cut our paper. But in case anybody is looking for the sampler, you guys, I have 20 at the moment, complete with a cat fur in there. Isn't that how that goes? Okay. We always say that the cat fur is included, it's not extra. So this is a great little reference tool for anybody who likes to show off the paper, or also if you're an avid crafter and you pull out the paper, you can see all the colors. Look at this one, it was a monstrosity. Look at all these colors that mixed with the Everyday Skies, which was an online exclusive, and then we roll right into sale-a-bration products. So the moment I have 22, I am happy to report that the last holiday one that I had went away today. It got mailed out. I'm so excited. It got mailed out today. Julie says, I'm so sorry for I'm late. I love watching and learning from you. Oh, hi, Julie. Great. I'm so glad you made it. We always say better late than never, okay? So no problem whatsoever. There are a few stamp sets that got pulled in for this class, more primarily for the words. So the Delightful Wishes looks like this, which doesn't look so exciting on the surface. It looks washed out because a lot of it is two-step stamping. And it's got wishing and then all these words that go with it. You were here, you are the best, you are you a happy birthday, lots of love, and you well. And for this, we put you all the best on this one. And then we kind of didn't use that because my die cutters hated me. They didn't hate me, but they hated doing this. So the wishing got used. We made 96 of it with this one. And then with the escape, we had 120. And then now with the next class that we're featuring. So we're featuring this suite of products again next month. So if we run out of this class, just know we are going to have 4 more. And then they had to, these are for next month, a sweet class. They did this one. So they had another 96. So they're sick of die cutting the word wishing out for me. It's like a big hairy rat's nest when it's all said and done. So these are coming up for the sweet class for next month. We also do have, Jay needs a sampler kit. Wonderful. Okay. I will make sure we get one to your pile. So Jay, you and anybody else that's watching me, that's my team. I had the Better Your Best challenge last quarter for October, November, December of last year over the year before. I pulled all those things together. So I have a pile started for you, Jay, and a few other people. Susan Bellamy, your bundle came too after I got home. A lot of that stuff, I'll mail it out in the February packages or have it available on the counter. But Jay, what I'll do is I'll add a sampler to your Better Your Best, to your pile of Better Your Best stuff. So I do have here, I thought I'd share with you. I know that I did the showcase the other day, but in case you guys missed it, I do have the next ink, paper, scissors for February ready, and it features the Everyday Arches. And we have the rainbow card, we have the easel card that pops up, we have this one with the sunset, we have this glorious one, and then this one is, I think I love this one a lot. I love how we were able to take the arches and make it into a sunrise and go on a journey throughout your day, and then you have your sunset on the back. So cool. So that is next month's ink, paper, scissors. I wasn't so certain how people were going to feel about this, and forecasting and figuring out how many kits to make is not always the easiest thing to do. So normally we do 96 for ink, paper, scissors. We actually decided to do 80 for that one. So if you see that early and you're like, yep, I really like it, make sure you get on the list early. If we have time to kit up more, I would kit up more of that one if it's early enough. But we did make 80. So we made 16 less than normal, just because I wasn't sure. But I feel like the Arches card was an amazing card to make. And you guys don't need to have the Arches stamp set at all. You really don't. All you need are sentiments. So just, if you're interested in that one, make sure you get on the list early. You don't have to pay for it early. If you just want to get signed up for it early, that's all that matters. It will help us do better forecasting if we need to make more than 80. So, all right. Hi, Polly Libby from North Carolina. All right, so back down to here. So we did use Delightful Wishes, and with Delightful Wishes, there's a die set. And we are going to use some of the dies on this one. And with this, there's some of the daffodil ribbon and an update on the daffodil ribbon. You guys, it went out the day before the catalog launched, right? That's how that goes. And, oh, Lynn loves the arches too. Good, good. What is the name of that class? Kelly, the name of that class is the Everyday Arches. It's the Everyday Arches. It's either Arches or, yeah, look. So I know by going to my events calendar, and if I go to February to the last class of the month, that's how I know. It's called Everyday Arches, our online class. And Kelly's working on getting my cover photos ready so that we can publish them. But the ribbon went out the day before the mini catalog launched. And what does a girl do? Because she doesn't redesign cards. So we came up with a strategic plan that they got shipped. And if you did the escape with me, you would have gotten a yard of ribbon in your goodie bag with the ribbon. And you only needed 9 inches to make your card for the escape, which left you with 27 inches. And so we added up how many inches were needed for these 4 cards for tonight's class, and it is 26. So as long as you leave yourself 26 inches, you have enough to make the 4 cards. And we thought, well, that's great, because then everybody, basically they got mailed with your escape boxes. They all came at the same time. But that doesn't solve the mystery or how we can help people that didn't get the escape. So what my mom did is she cut 26 inches like this, and then Jill Butzine wrapped them up on her fingers, and she put a little white piece around it. And we included this as a little special extra gift, just so that you guys didn't have to wait to make your cards, because that's not fun, right? You want to do the cards with me, and you want to have the ribbon to complete your cards. So it was a little extra perk that those that didn't get the escape, they got this just so they could make their cards. And it was only like about 20 people, I think, which was really good. So last week, Thursday or Friday, I can't remember which day, the yellow ribbon came back in stock. And I was able to order all the ribbons for everybody for this class. And what I'm going to do is mail them in your next package, because you should be good with having your cards made from the ribbon that you have. And so hopefully that will work, that you guys will have, we're planning a big shipping day on February 11th. And so mostly everybody gets the ink, paper, scissors every time. If for some reason you're not signed up for a February class and you were signed up for January and you need your ribbon, I will pop your ribbon in a package just by itself, and it'll go in the mail to you. And hopefully you catch that was the ribbon that was supposed to go for your ink, paper, scissors. So I hope that makes sense. Hi, Darla Tweetin. You got into On Stage. Oh, yay. Had a room. So that means, let me just make sure I'm reading this right. So, hey, I got a spot at On Stage, had a room. Yay. So Janice Worth, can I get a sampler kit, please? Yeah, Janice Worth, absolutely. Janice, and what we'll do is we can also add that to your package going out in February with your Hearts of Elegance. Okay, so let's make sure we get everything figured out. So Darla, do you need a room? Because I need to give my list of rooms for On Stage to my sales coordinator guy on Monday. So if you'd rather be in our block of rooms with Sherry Pyre and all the girls, just reach out to me if you want to cancel yours and get in on our block rooms. And that's for anybody else. I have 3 rooms left. I believe I have a king and a queen, maybe, and maybe another queen. Or 2 kings and a queen. I'm not quite certain, but they were at the same rate that Stampin' Up! Had gotten theirs negotiated, which is $209 a night plus taxes. And I have them for Wednesday through Sunday, but if you need them for less, that's great. I can always take off a night on the front or the back end. But Leah, no, I do not. Okay. So you don't need a room. So I'm you guys, it's so funny because I say a lot of things and that I do not. No, I do not. Does that mean you do not need a room, or does it mean that you did not get one? I don't know. So I'm going to assume that you don't need a room, Darla. But if anybody else needs a room for On Stage and you'd like to be part of our block of rooms, just reach out to me. Send me an email so I can get you into it. So, all right, let's go back really quick. So you guys, we covered the ribbon in great detail. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. I did also pull in the sentiment here. So excited for you, for Friends for Life. And then I pulled in Time to Celebrate. And Time to Celebrate comes from Round We Go. And then for Beautiful Butterflies, we pulled in Happy Birthday and Time to Celebrate. Again, so there's 2 Time to Celebrates. Get that. They're both Time to Celebrate, but with different fonts. So that's what we kind of pulled in for extra stamp sets. And what we're going to do first, though, is we're going to go through and cut the designer paper. I have all these little scraps that I'm going to try to use up before I go into that other one. So that's why I have those. And what we're going to do is start with the easy peasy one. Oh, man, I should have had a Vanna White cut my stuff out ahead of time. Dang it, Bobby. I didn't even think about that. But you guys, Well, we're gonna have to cut some paper, some flowers out. So in your kit here, I should plug my phone back in because it was almost dead. All right, so in here, you guys did have your bees because the bees were still available. So there are 40 teeny tiny little bees that are part of that. And then you have all the designer paper. So this piece here, you guys, Karen Wetstein did a phenomenal job. What happened was your paper looked like this. We cut it all at the 6 inches. And then what she did is she cut them all so that you wouldn't lose 2 flowers here by cutting them down the middle. So just be aware that like you might have had a corner poking out that might have got bent, but it was to sacrifice a corner so that you had a flower that didn't get bent too much or cut. All right, so you have this pattern, and we are going to meet. Sorry, I do not need a room. Thank you, but for the offer. Okay, got it. I assumed that, Darla, because otherwise, I think you would have said I need a room. So okay, so we have this, but let's hold tight on that because the other side of this is green, right? And we do need green. Over here, we use a little strip of it. So let's hang tight on that for the moment, and let's find the burlappy piece. This burlap piece is this one, okay? So we did not use this other side. And what we're gonna do is cut this one. Cuts like a knife. And it has a measurement of 3 3/8 wide by 4 5/8. So let's just set that here. So let's grab our trimmer. We're gonna cut all the designer paper, and then we are going to go ahead and start making the cards. So we want to cut the 3 3/8 first, and I like to just double check. 3 3/8 is perfect. Okay, so 3 3/8 first. Let's do that because that leaves this side for our flap. Okay, our envelope flap. So 3 3/8, and then we have 4 5/8. So let's grab where the 4 5/8 is, like that. So this is the piece we need for the front of this card. Then we have an inside, and on the inside, let's just see. Oh man, I don't even see an inside. Well, I see that, but I don't. Oh, the cat puked on this. Okay, they did. These were on the counter. The cat puked, and if you can see here, that's soaked up. Yeah, yep. I wasn't remaking the cards, guys. So I don't have an inside. I think I threw it away. So that's what happens. So that's all we do on this one. You guys, this is real life. The cats puked on my cards. I told them not to do that again, and I don't know if they're going to obey me or not. So that's what happens when you have animals. That's why the paper is all crunchy. So yep, definitely let it air dry. All right, so that one's good. And so what we can do for this is grab the brown one here, and we're going to set all of this with this card, and we'll come back to that later. All right, so then next, let's grab this one. Now that uses that really, I like this paper a lot, the one that has this flower. It's this guy right here. It has the whitey dotty yellow lines on the back, and there is a direction to this. It goes up and down like this to me. It doesn't go like that, but hey, whatever you like. This is what we use a lot, 5 1/16 by 3 13/16. So I want to do the 3 13/16 first, like this. This is for my envelope flap, and then I'm going to do 5 1/16. For those that hate the 16ths, you could do 5 by 3 3/4, or you could do 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. But this is that piece. This will go for maybe my inside. And then I could potentially use this for my envelope flap. So we're just going to hang tight with that. Okay. There is another piece on here. It's this little strip of green, but it is the back side of this. And we need to talk about this because we don't want to accidentally cut into a flower. So we're going to set this like that. And let's go grab this flower right here. There are 3 flowers on here. Oh man, I should have fussy cut these ahead of time. But there's 1, there's 2, and then there's a 3rd one here. And so how it goes, this one right here, so not everybody's is the same. You either have this side or you have this side. But ultimately, it looks like there are a few different types of flowers. There's this one that's a full head, a straight stalk, and like a single one. There's this bigger one that has a leaf out like that. And, okay, and that's what gets kind of used on this card. You know, there's a little bit of a glare going on. There's this little guy here that has the 2 leaves on one side and the leaf over here. That's what kind of got used on this one, or it could get used on that one. And then you have, so this one's more full, and then that one's more, got the leaves, like the flower petals going out. That's the one for back here. So when you look at this one right here is, for me, that. So I'm gonna just go pull this one out of here, and we'll set it aside. So grab him. He's that one. And then this flower has 2 leaves here, and 1 here, and 1 there. And that actually is, this leaf here might be from the back one. Ultimately, it's this small guy here. So I have 2 of those. And 1 is here, and 1 is here. So I think I'm more inclined to go grab this guy and not disrupt the middle over here. So I'm gonna come in from the angle here and pull this out. There are not dies for this. So here's this guy right there. So that's that. And now I need 1 of those. So where do I find him? So I'm looking at this, and I have on my paper here, hi Chris Robinson, I have this guy here, and I'm wondering if he could work. If you hold this like that, this part right here gets tucked underneath, and you wouldn't even see the stem coming through. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a try. I could either use this one, or he's over here, right? But why use this whole flower when I could potentially make this one on the side here work? So for now, I'm just gonna take this one. And if he doesn't work, I can always come back and get him. But I was thinking he might be nice to save for a card where you get to see the whole thing and maybe put a label in it. Okay, so that leaves this much, okay? So these are the flowers for this card for now. So I'm gonna set that back over on my pile. I've got my pile from this card. We're gonna put that back over here. And now we've got the green. Now we can focus on the green here. So this green designer paper was 1 1/4 by 4. I'm pretty sure that's right. 1 1/4 by 4, perfect. So where do we wanna grab that from? Because it's this side. So I'm looking at this, and I don't wanna take, if I can avoid it, because these could get used somewhere else if I want to. So I'm looking at seeing if this is 4. It's 4 inches. So this is gonna be perfect for me. So it's 1 1/4. So I'm gonna grab at 1 1/4 from this side. And then it needs to be by 4. So I'm going to cut off the end that was jaggedy. And that's where I got the strip for over here. And it still then leaves that flower head, this flower, and that flower, right? So that's perfect. So these are leftovers for you to use wherever you want in your card making adventures. And then we've got this, and we've got an envelope flap. And this goes with one of them that is a brown card base. And it's gonna be that guy. So let's put all of this with that envelope. Set it off to the side. Not gonna worry about it anymore for right now. Let's do this one. Our magic number, again, is 5 1/16 by 3 13/16 with this blue pattern. And I'm gonna do the 3 13/16 first, which will leave me the edge for my envelope flap. Perfect. There to me was no direction to these flowers on this page. But when you go to cut this next, you might look at the flowers, because you see flowers up here and you see flowers down here. I really like that guy, and he might look really nice there. Or that one actually would fill up that whole upper area with a nice flower. So I might just cut off this side. So I'm gonna do 5 1/16. All right, and then I can save this for my inside. This is my envelope flap. And this is the balmy blue one. All right, and then there is one more piece here though. There is a skinny little strip along the back. If I'm not mistaken, it's a 1/2 inch. It's a 1/2 inch by something. It is a 1/2 inch by 5. All right, so let's see about that. It's also the same as this card right here. So let's see. Now this is our fun one. Phyllis Oderman, if she's watching, she sent me a card over Christmas time. And it had a flower seed packet in it. And it was really cool because it opened up. You can see the cats. It's like, yeah, cat puke. Oh, it's all good though. So, and we never knew which one did it either. So this has 2 designer papers on it. It has this one, and then it has this platy one. This is the same piece and just folds over. All right, and then we have a little strip here, and then this. So let's look and see what we got here. We need the flower, this guy right here. See that flower right there? That's what you're gonna want for this one. And I don't think I pulled it out yet. So let's grab him. We need that one. I'll set that over here. And then I think I'm good with this stuff now. And we're done with the blue. We're done with that. We need this piece and this piece. Okay, we're done with this. And we need, okay, so we need those. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna cut this one first. This piece right here is actually 6 inches, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just grab the recipe card here. So it's important that we get this right. The DSP is 5 1/4 by 2 1/4, and I'm pretty sure that's this guy right here. So 2 1/4. So we have a piece here, and then there's a piece here. So we're gonna do 2 of them. One is this pattern, and then I have the flower pattern on the inside. So it's 2 1/4. So let's cut off the 2 1/4 like that. Okay, and then it's 5 1/4. This paper is very mixy and matchy, so if you don't want to use this pattern and use a different pattern, you can. But that's what we have for here, 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. Good. Then we have the pattern on the inside, which is also 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. So I like that flower right there a lot. So we're gonna grab 2 1/4, and then we're gonna do 5 1/4. Okay, so that's the inside. Those are easy enough, right? Okay. We also have on this panel right here, this one, that piece is, I know it's 5 1/4. I might as well just take my ruler. It is 3/4. 3/4 by 5 1/4. And so what we'll do is we're just gonna grab a 3/4 inch strip off the side here, and then do 5 1/4. So that's the piece that goes right there. Okay, so that's good. And now what's primarily left is this piece right here. So you have this longer piece left, and ultimately it's gonna go here, and then part of it folds back like that. So we shouldn't need, well, we'll save this for our envelope, right? That'll look nice on the envelope, and we should be done with this. But we wanna make sure we do this one right. So the card is 5 1/2 tall, right? So we really need this to be 5 1/2. And then it needs to be, well, I think it's gotta be scored at 4, hang on. I know that when Diana and I were creating the sample, we said, oh, we wished we would have done it a little bit different. We wished we would have scored it out to here a little bit, and then it would have not gone in so far. But let's just do this. We're gonna cut it at 5 1/2 tall. And I don't know if it matters which side we cut off. Let's cut, ooh, I like that flower a lot. But that one's pretty too. But let's just do this. So we're gonna do 5 1/2. So right now, we'll do 5 1/2. And that makes, so you can do whatever you want with this. If you want on the inside, you can. Oh, I know. If you wanted to, you could use this right here. So we use the other pattern, but this is a 1/2 inch strip that if you cut this to be 5 inches, I think 5 inches was what I said it was, instead of cutting more off of that other piece, you could use this as the accent piece underneath here, if you don't mind the ginghamy look, right? Otherwise, when you do your envelope flap here, you could also cut off at 1/2 inch. I guess I don't know if I would know which one to pick, but it could be this one. Let's just cut here really quick. A 1/2 inch, because then we can decide what we like later. But this is still plenty to do for your envelope flap, okay? Either way works. It depends on if you want to cut paper or not. So these go with this blue card. So now we're good with that. So let's talk about this guy. I think the DSP is 5.5 by 6 inches wide, and we put score at 4 1/8. And 4 1/8. So if we do 4 1/8, that puts us out to right here, which is exactly where we want it to be. It means that it'll come out further here, but we'll have less in here. And that's okay. That's kind of what we were going for. So just remember, you cut off a 1/2 inch on one side, and so you should have 6 inches left. So the main thing is you're not going to cut it at 4 1/8. You want to score it at 4 1/8. So I'm going to bring it back here to 4 1/8, scoring, right? So scoring, not cutting. And I want to make sure I score the right side. I want my paper is going to go like this. So let's just think about this. This is going to go here, and then this folds. This goes like this, basically. So this gets glued in here like that. So I want the score line to be here. So that means I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to do 4 1/8 here. And again, scoring, not cutting. Be careful. If you score too hard too, it could rip your paper. So what happens is this is the piece that goes right here, and it's going to fit right in there. So we did 4 1/8, and when you do 4 1/8, it goes right before the score line, and your card should still shut. All right. So again, it's going to be at 4 1/8. It's going to be a little bit longer than what our sample shows in the PDF tutorial, but I would have preferred it to come out a little bit further. All right, so that mixed with this and all of these things are what we need for this card right here. And I think that completes our cutting experience for tonight. One moment, please. All right, I know I'm gonna have to do that a few times in front of me yet. All right, so on this one, you're going to need, I feel like there's only a few colors that we use. We use Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, and Espresso throughout the night. And this one has Time to Celebrate, which is from Round We Go. And I have that on a block here, so let's grab that. We're going to do the hardest one first so that our mind can handle it, right? And the card kit is right here. And for some reason, I have a Post-it note, so that means they gave me something special. So check your envelope, make sure there's nothing left in there. And, oh, they gave me it special because it had a bad score line. And I'm like, that's fine. I can handle the score line. All right, so in your kit, don't lose it. We have those little Velcro dots here. So don't lose that. You have a Spotlight and Nature die cut. You have the Memorable Blooms die cut with it. You'll be able to cut your flower like was there. And then you have your Daffodil Delight. And it's already folded for you, so you just want to burnish your edges. And there is a slight gap here, which is perfectly good. And you have these two pieces. Do your dry fit, make sure they fit in there. Okay, so that's your dry fit. They look good. And then on the inside here, you could dry fit that, make sure it fits. So that's all good to me. So let's go ahead and get these glued down. Okay. Grab your liquid glue or whatever glue you like to do. I don't think there's any reason why we can't glue these onto the card base. It's a super awesome fold. Now, I did realize that I did not bring a punch down here with me. So there's a punch that got used, but you might not need the punch. So let's grab this. This goes right on the inside here, like that. And then this guy here. Perfect. So that's easy enough. Okay. Then we have some sentiments. We're going to do Time to Celebrate and Old Olive. And you want to make sure that you keep it a little bit more to the top. If you have any little pokey pokies that need to go on, like do them all, do the pokey pokey and turn yourself around, right? So pop those out, right? Get them out of there. And then let's do our stamping. And that will go near the top. I want to practice because in case my ink isn't so good. I want to make sure that I don't see it's a little bit light. I noticed that from the other day when we used that. So if you're using an ink and it doesn't seem to be stamping as crisp as you would like it to, you want to grab a re-inker. Hopefully you guys have re-inkers. And if you don't, little by little, maybe start to collect the re-inkers. The ink doesn't last forever, especially if you use a certain color a lot. But what you can do is if you have the re-inkers, what you need to do is spread it out on your pad. And then you don't go straight for the stamping. You need to get a spoon or something to blend it around. Because if you'd go to stamp, you'd get lines in it. There'd be lines on the stamped image. So by using the spoon, it helps to blend the ink around. And now when we go to stamp this, I'm going to just rinse that off in the sink later. But when we go to stamp now, hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit of a difference. Let's try again. Sometimes you have to do 2 rounds of the re-inking to help it out. So, I don't know. That one almost looked a little bit darker. I think I'm going to do just a little bit more. I want it to be nice and crisp, and we're going to use green again. So if you don't get enough ink on, you can definitely... Some people do dots like this. They drop. I've seen people do it like that. And still by using the spoon. Right, so you got that. And then grab that spoon back. And blend that all around. And hopefully that puts a little bit extra ink in here. All right. There's how to re-ink an ink pad, in case you've never seen that in action. Okay, I can live with that now. All right, so let's go back here to our circle. And that's going to go right in the top center. Time to celebrate. And again, if you don't have round you go or round we go, you could use anything else. And then on the inside, we've got here happy birthday and then a little yellow flower. That happy birthday also comes from round we go. But you could also do time to celebrate, but I'll grab the happy birthday because we don't have a birthday sentiment on here. What we could do then is put that right on the inside like this. And then there's a little flower. Okay, and then the little flower, it's kind of hard. It's 2-step stamping with this little flower. So grab the daffodil, and then with this flower, with this flower, I would do the more outliney one first in full strength at the bottom. Okay, and honestly, I have a hard time with it lining it up. So to me, it doesn't have to be perfect. I know, isn't that weird hearing me say that? It doesn't have to be perfect. It's too hard to line it up. So I stamped off to get the second strength, and I'm just gonna go right over it, and I'm not gonna even care if anything lines up, and I think it looks fine. I really do. If anything, I got it too close to the bottom, but I'll let it be. And you know what? If you ever decide that you don't like something, you can always flip it over and do it again. And that will not hurt anything. It gives you a second chance. Again, not really caring. See there, that one's a little bit centered better than that one being off the edge. All right. We use this little flower a lot in the bottom corner for these cards. If you have other flower stamps that you like a little bit better, you could also do different flowers in the inside. But look at us here. We're going to do this again. Okay. All right. Now for the magic of this one. Hi, Sherry Stewart. Now for the magic of this one. We need to glue a couple things. So let's flip both of these over. Little glue. You guys, the liquid glue, the less is best. I had an in-person class yesterday, and it was a gal that did the class for the very first time. And she squeezed the glue a little bit more than what she needed to. And what happens is if you use too much glue, it gets that watery effect, and then it kind of warps your paper. And that's just, you don't need to use a lot. This craft glue is just that. It's meant for crafting. And you hardly need any of it, and it will stick really nicely. and then it won't warp your paper. So that goes there. So let's move these guys over here. And then now on the inside, what we can do is glue this guy in. And you don't need a lot. Take any cat furs out, unless you want to become one with the card. So that will go there. All right, now this part. This is if you have a circle punch and you want to punch a 1 3/4 or a 2-inch, you could take and punch. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little divot there for a circle punch. I did not bring a circle punch down here with me, but I don't think you need to necessarily do a circle punch if you don't want to. What's going to happen is this is going to get glued here, and we're going to put a little adhesive on the top and the bottom, and you're creating a pocket here. And it will work perfectly great not having the circle punch either. And what we're going to do for this is put a little bit of glue here, like that. And this goes in with the flowers up. The flap, make sure your flap is on the right, and then when you flip it this way, it's on the left. And this gets butted up right into the crack, like that. Make sure you're flush, either on the top or the bottom. And so that'll go here, and that folds. Okay, so 4 1/8. Do not do more than 4 1/8. When you have your 6 inches, it is definitely 4 1/8. That just barely fits in here. If you get more than 4 1/8, it's going to buckle, right? So you definitely want to make sure you're maybe even 4 1/16 would be fine too. But by doing 4 1/8, it gets you right to this inner edge, and you want to make sure that you're glued all the way into the crack there. So then what you can do is either use liquid glue, or if you have tear and tape, you're only going to put a little bit right near the bottom edge, and then a little bit right near the top edge. And then when you fold this back, that creates the pocket for that. Okay, I think you guys, hopefully that's not too complicated. All right, so there's that and this. And then what happens is this little guy, we popped that up with some dimensionals. And you want to make sure that you don't put the dimensionals on the part here that hangs over. So to eyeball this, we've got that label right about here. And I'm going to put a dimensional right here and here. And then one more right there. So that should cover that. And then now what I'll do is put my dimensionals over on the left side here, right? And that should be good for what I need to get this to adhere onto here. Something like that maybe. Okay. Now your little Velcro dot is going to attach basically right here. And when you shut it, it's going to be as almost close to the edge there as it can be. So take off that little cellophane piece. I'm going to put it right in the middle here. And then when you go to shut that, perfect. It's right there. It's hard. You can hardly even see that. Okay. The white one, the more fuzzy side, I just happened to do it this way. The more fuzzy side's on the back side, and the more clear one is over here. And so that's going to help hold the card shut. Okay, then we have a white envelope. The envelope like this. And we have that. It's going to go here. And it's wider than the envelope, so we won't need to cut any of the envelope off. Like that. And then, oh, if I only had a Vanna white here. I don't, though, and I do not believe that there were dies for this. So just take your time, enjoy the fussy cutting experience, and embrace it. Just be happy that you don't have to cut out 100 of them, right? So get around those leaves. I leave a little white border. You're going to get your fill when it comes to some of the next cards. I realize that I have Diane's dies here, and I have 2 sets of these dies for all the die cutting of the wishing. And all my leaves are out for die cutting for the sweet class. So when we have the next one of the next cards, I think there's 5 leaves on it. We're going to cut them by hand. but that's what we did before we had dyes, and we survived. And like that, you're done. Okay, then this one, we're just gonna cut your flap up. How many, I'm curious, I should do a poll sometime. I never used to do envelope flaps in a class until we started doing ink, paper, scissors. And because you guys get the designer paper, we started to show you how to use it on your envelope flap. And I absolutely love it. So there's that one. And then what's left is the ribbon. So I've got a loop, a tail, and a tail. You have to be very careful. You don't want to see the tear-in tape here. And we started to roll it back so you wouldn't see it. So let's show you what we got here. We're gonna grab a piece to be waiting in the wings, and probably two. And then for this, that flower is gonna sit right about here. And a lot of it's gonna get covered up. I'm gonna have it like this. We're gonna go down here. And so hopefully where I put that tear-in tape, oh, see, you can see it right there. All right, so we might end up just peeling that back a little, right, like that. So we don't want to see that. And I got my little schnibbles here. We're gonna do, let's just eyeball this. We're gonna start right about here. Catch that tear-in tape. You're gonna make a smaller loop, bring it back, make a little bit bigger of a loop. And then you have a little tail coming out, like that. And then I did have two tails. So let's grab this one, and we're gonna put another little tail coming out. Take your ribbon scissors and trim those. Okay, and then let's test this before we put more adhesive on it. We're gonna flip it this way. So we gotta be very careful because we don't wanna see the tape back here. And it's just barely that you can put it on just a little bit. So we don't need that one at the moment, but we need white dimensionals then. I can go on the rest of this. Well, let's just check this out. Can't do too close to the edge because it will be hanging over. I think we'll do one more. So it's very important where you put your adhesive that you don't see it hanging out the backside, right? We can always adjust it if we need to. That's gonna go right about here. I got that one leaf kind of pointing up. Flip it over, and you can't see any of the adhesive. So, wonderful. That's exactly what we were looking for. All right, then we open it that way, and we got it. And then you got a little thing here. You can put a little secret, a chunk of change in there, or a check, or a seed packet, or a tea bag, right? Something flat would go really nicely in there. And, all right, we're not done. There's more. We have bees. Love me my bees. So how I would do these, they're not adhesive backed and they're teeny tiny. I have a tendency to put a little dot of glue where I think I want my bee to go. Right, like that. I know that's so small you can't even see them. And your putty tool or the take your pick tool is perfect if you need to pick things up and put things down. But I have a tendency to just grab my fingers and set the bees into the little glue dots. You could let them dry a little bit so they get tacky, or you could do just set them in there and then just set it off to the side so that nothing brushes against it. And because you used a flower of designer series paper, you could go to town Stella-ing all of that. All right, so think of all the cards that you can make in this layout with all the beautiful designer series paper that you guys have at home. It's so awesome having the ability to see this side and then the other side. And when they coordinate very nicely, that is when I absolutely love a designer series paper. So just again, a note, you do not want more than 4 1/8. So you have that 6-inch piece of paper, you want to score it maybe at 4 1/16. And between 4 1/16 and 4 1/8 would be ideal. So what is that? Like 3/32? Like that's where you could potentially score that for those people that love 30 seconds. But this is just borderline where it's just a hair where it's fine, but I could have maybe like brought it back just like 2 hairs, right? But that's it. So we got our first card done. Yay, we made it through it. We got my favorite one for tonight done first. All right, I definitely would have to say that this was my favorite card out of the whole class. And if you want to switch things around, you could always do this right here. So you could have put this pattern here if you want to see that, and you could have done it over here, and then you could have put this piece to be like, you could have reversed it, right? But this style of card is so awesome. It is not complicated, right? I don't think that was a complicated fold, but it's like a wow fold to me. Fun fold, okay? Super cool. I can see doing this card again in our future for another class because I just absolutely loved it. Okay, one done. 3 is to go. All right, so let's put my sample over here, and let's grab the next one and put you over here. All right, I gotta let those gems dry though, so I don't wanna put that up and down. Okay, let's do this blue 42 next. Blue 42. Let's see if I set that there, if there's a glare. No, not really. All right, so we'll have to decide which one of those we want. And it is so cheerful. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so we have here our envelope, and the flap here is the size. So let's go for that. Put that in like that. Okay, we got the flap done. Right, get that out of the way right off the bat. I like it when it's long enough because then you don't have to cut off any of it. Oh, Mimi loves the card. Lynn loves the card. Where do you get the Velcro dots? Bridget Rowe. Okay, Amazon. It's from the Amazonian. Go to Google. Go to the Amazon, like, you know, Amazon where you shop from, and look up Velcro craft dots, and that's where you will find them. Okay, so that's the envelope. So we'll set that off to the side. Here's our blue card. Lots of little pieces. So many pieces. All right, let's burnish this right away. Okay, and let's check out what we have here. So this one right here is going to be for our inside, along with this white piece. Okay, will be for the inside. I think that's perfect. If you guys get paper and you would like to see more of a margin, like I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh man, I hardly see any of the yellow. You have the opportunity to get your little trimmers out, and you can always cut off a hair and see a little bit more. That's not gonna hurt my feelings if you guys do that. Sometimes my cutter does cut up to a 16th of an inch off, because it pulls in the cutter funny sometimes. And so I always like to teach you to look at your paper before you put glue on it, because now by trimming off a little bit of that, you get to see a little bit more of the yellow. And if you wanted to do a little bit more, you could. I didn't measure it, I just took off a hair. That's what I was doing. So that's for our inside. Oh, somebody asked way back in the beginning of my live for my email address, and I forgot to say that it's right here, and my phone number's here, and my website's here. So in case you guys, that was like that was already an hour and a half ago, it seems like. So I can't remember who it was that asked for it. So if you were the one that asked, there it is. Here's a little sentiment strip. Look at all this, you guys. The die cutters did all this die cutting for us, and they definitely did use a strategy with this mat right here. So you can see they cut out that label from the other card, and they cut out these 4 pieces, and those are for this card. And what you can do is just test this, make sure that it fits over that. If you need to do any trimming, you could still do that. And I think I'm going to trim just a hair of this off so I can see a little bit more of the yellow border, and go this way a little bit. Let's test that out. Like this. Perfect. So all I did was trim a hair off. And there's nothing holding us back from gluing this. So let's just flip these over. There's no ribbon that goes behind it. So if we just glue this back side, we'll get both of these put down. And this one here, it doesn't matter where the glue is because we're going to put this one down first. Now, I would not use this for your mat on the inside, because if you go to write, you'll have divots when you go to write your love note on the inside. So definitely use that mat. And I'm going to look at this. I wanted this little yellow flower in the top corner. And your designer paper should cover up all the holes that are back there. You have this piece of balmy blue that is embossed with that new Starstruck embossing folder. And that's going to go right about here. And this is popped up with dimensionals. Hi, Melanie Foy. Thanks for liking and sharing. I appreciate it. We'll put these guys here. And then this one is south of the equator. So when I say that, the equator's in the middle, right? So the middle's here, but it's down a little bit further than it is to the top. So I would say something about like Mary. No, I'm just kidding. Something like this. And with the dimensionals, you can always pick it up and move it until you really push it down good. So something like that. Okay. Then we get to decide if we want that one or do we want that one. And I think this is a more bold than I'm going for, so I am going to go with this one. But it was a nice thought to have this 1/2 inch strip. So we're going to put that off to the side. So this one here, it's glued flat across the blue. And hi, big boy. Hello, handsome kitten. Are you going to jump up here and say hi to everybody? What you can do is, because it's hanging over the edge a little bit, you could put a dimensional right there along the edge. Okay, and that will help secure the ends there. Hello, little kitten. Are you wanting to say hi? You got dreamy McDreamy eyes. And then we're going to put a little one on the side over here. Just like that. And that will help give us the support on the ends. You want to say hi to people. Okay, hang on. You guys, I got a bigger Tigger here. Oh, yes, kitten. Oh, man. Oh, here's the big boy, in case you guys are wondering. Look at that face. He just woke up from a nap. Oh, my goodness, buddy. There you go. He says hi to everybody. All right. So we've got our little dimensionals here. And now this little strip can get a little bit of glue. Oh, he's thirsty. Okay, let's get you some water, buddy. Watch out, big boy. All right, so this little strip can go right about here. Okay, and I actually would love to have these up a hair. So let's go right there. And we're gonna bring this one up. Go right there with it. Okay, this is just an accent strip, okay? Just to give us a little more color and different pattern back here. All right, so that's there. Okay? All right, now onward to flowers galore. We have these leaves are also from a memorable blooms. And you wonder, there's 4 of them on here. Hi, Tigger, says Sherry. Hi, Doris and Kathy say hello too, Tigger. You wonder how you got 4. It's because we did Freddy Krueger these, all right? So when you look at this one over here is the bottom of this one. And so what you're gonna do is about halfway, there's a breaking point here. So this is going to go over here, and this one is going to come over here. Boom, you guys got that? This one right here, you could cut it, and it's gonna come right. You gotta be careful. This one you are gonna have it exposed, so you wanna make sure it looks like it naturally did it. So you don't want a jagged edge. So you could kind of round that edge here, and that is what goes here. And this one goes over here. Cool. So that's what you need to do. You need to cut your pieces apart. Can you show us the bee garbage bag on your back counter when you are done with the cards? Sure can. I'm going to do it now, otherwise I might forget. So this was a gift from Susan Bellamy and Christine Mansell. And I have these actually. This one has, we were trying to figure out if there were stones in here, but I do have garbage bags and they are for sale. Annette Rollin makes them actually. And I have the whole back bay window is full of them. All right, so let's lay out our flower pieces. You have a white piece, which has a yellow. You have this lemon lolly, which has a daffodil delight. You have a white with a daffodil delight. You have a white and a lemon, each with the daffodil. That's what we have here for you. And how these work, they line up. They really do. So let's see here. The little ones, not so much. I'll be honest. They have no rhyme or reason to them. So let's just get a little glue on the back of these. And we're going to give it the Rose Coleman trick so that they're going to dry just a little bit so they get tacky. Right? And then for this one, there is a trick to it. It lines up and it fits inside. And I know that we talked about this during the escape in great detail, that they do. Go like this and see if that works. There it is. Okay, look at that. Okay. I think this is right, and I could be wrong, but and it doesn't look quite right. Hang on. They do line up. That one looks like that. Not quite. I was thinking that one there. That one there. Not quite though. There it is. Ah, I found it. There it is. Okay. I'm trying to tell you a trick for it. I guess what I did is I went around in a circle, but this groovature is here, and then that matched up with that. This one matches up here, and then that matches there, and then that one matches there. Right? So I'm going to keep that there for a moment while I pick this up and put this guy in the middle here. Like this one, to me, the little guys, I don't know. I just put them right in there. They don't have much rhyme or reason to it. And then, but you did see this, the bigger ones, they do line up. So you want to make sure you get them. So let's just flip this way, add a little bit of glue, strategic spots, flip it back, keep it right there, okay? See that? It lines up perfectly. Now these have the same thing, but this one has a little bit of dots that need to get popped out of here. Okay, and then this one also, it's one thing I don't make the die cutters do. I say just leave those in. As long as they pop out decent or easy enough for people, and then you guys can do that yourself. These also line right up in here. So that one right there goes on the bottom, and then that one lines up over here, and these line up. So they did design these in a way that they do line up. They match. Let's put a little bit of glue on that one, and we'll add glue to this one. Okay. This is your tedious card. The last card, even with it being a fun fold, was probably going to be that's probably your easiest card. This is probably your most tedious card. So that lines up there. Perfect. Okay, so there's that one. And then, and if you don't like liquid glue, you're not gonna like using liquid glue with this one. There, that works like that. Okay, so now we got those all glued. And let's do a little stamping here. So it says, oh, so excited for you. And that is from Friends for Life. And you want to just make sure it's on your block straight. And there were other long sentiments that you could use, but we liked this one. Be a great card for if you know somebody who's getting married or having a baby, right? You're excited for them. They're moving to a new place. They got a new job. You're so excited for them. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, but best wishes. Okay, perfect. So check out the inside. And that also comes from that same set, Friends for Life. We have best wishes. There it is. And let's grab this. And we'll stamp this. You guys, there's never enough room. Okay, so we're going to do best first. Do that here. And then, let me grab one more block. So I'm not grabbing a new one and having to clean it. Let's put wishes. So it's two different fonts that is happening here, but that's okay. So we're going to put wishes over here. Okay, very good. And then we're gonna go to our yellow. And we're doing that same flower that we just did on the last card. And it's the same concept where we're gonna do the more detailed first, like that. And then for this one, you gotta make sure you stamp off. It does line up, but I go for it. That's it. So we got stamping done on that one. All right, onward to assembly. So, easy button is going to be, let's get this and this glued in. So we'll do this one first. So Daffodil Delight and a little bit of Balmy Blue go hand in hand. And that can go here, and then you add a little bit of Daffodil Delight. I'm sorry, Old Olive, and you got a very pretty flowery card. So there's our inside. And now, the little label here, we do need to get our ribbon behind it. So there's a little bit of tear and tape we're gonna use. 2 pieces I think we can get by with. And for me, it's underneath the 4. So put that tear and tape back there. I have schnibbles here. Let's see if I can use any of them. And then we're going to go underneath the O and the R at an angle. And then make a loop. Put that size. And right next to it and make another loop. Ooh, this might be just long enough. And it's not though. That's okay. So I'm still gonna use this. But what I'll do is I'm gonna trim off my little tail here. And then I have this little piece here. That will work, and I'll have that come out. It helps use up little pieces of ribbon, right? And then this go right over the top. I still have this left. I'm not gonna get rid of that quite yet because that could get used on the next card. But I want to angle this end. Like that. And then this gets staged with some dimensionals. So let's put, I'm gonna put 4 of them back here, so 4. And for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm only gonna pick off the inner 2 and set that where I want it to go. Something like this, okay? So it's not sticking on the sides, and that's gonna give me the ability to add my greeneries and my flowers. So this one right here, what I'm gonna do is put a glue dot behind the middle area that's gonna get covered up. So I'm gonna just put a glue dot here and lift this up and kind of place that where I think it needs to go. So right about here. Okay, and then now that I have that down, I can take the back off of that dimensional and set it down. Then this little white flower will get a glue dot or a dimensional kind of right next to the sentiment. This time I do want that little, it's like it's going up, like there's 4 of them, they're going up. That little bottom part, I'm gonna keep that near the bottom. So that'll go here. And then I'm gonna put the dimensional right above here, and that's where I'm gonna stick this flower on. Right, so there's that side. Perfect, I think that's easy. I hope for you. Then this one, because I don't have that glued down yet, I can pick that up and we're gonna put that underneath, but I want 2 dimensionals. Oh man, they're fighting. They're fighting, no fighting, no fighting. Okay. See Honey kicking her foot up? She's right there. They're playing, you guys. I heard some rebel rousing going on. I heard the rebel rousing. The kittens are active. They woke up from their naps. All right, so I've got 2 dimensionals near the top, and I'm gonna put glue at the bottom here. And that's gonna go right about here. But we have to get this leaf in yet, so let's grab a glue dot. I'm gonna put it right down at the bottom here. And hopefully I can sneak that right in here yet. Right like that. Not worried about the tail quite yet. This one needs a glue dot as well. And it's kind of sneaking up over there. So we're gonna just kind of stage it right like here. Something like that. And it didn't do exactly what I wanted, so let's try this again. That guy got kitty wampus on me there. Let's bring you back. Something like this. And then the yellowy flower here is going to get tucked in. So let's put a couple dimensionals behind this one. Something like that. Okay, I'm good. Good, very good. And then glue dot at the base of this one. And this is going to be tucking. There's a gem. That's interesting. All right, this goes right around. Let's bring that leaf over the top here. I think that'll be cool. There's a gem here. I have no idea why there's a gem here. There's a gem. Look at that. There's a green gem. Who knows where that guy came from? All right, so that goes here. And then this white flower kind of gets caught up in the ribbon a little bit, maybe like that. Okay, and we'll put some dimensionals on the back of this one. And then we need to shore up all of our leaves. Okay, they're really flippy floppy at the moment. So we want to get them buttoned up. So this one's going to go right about here. So you get to feel like a florist, right? A floral arranger at your finest. Hi, Sarah Marison. Okay, so let's push down everything. This one needs to actually have this last dimensional pulled out. But now we need to like check, discount, double check our leaves. So this one here could get a little bit of a dot right there. And that would help hold this down. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Because otherwise they get caught on things when you're putting them in your envelope a little bit. And you don't really want that to happen. So there's that one. This guy right here. Oh man, my phone's about ready to die. Hang on one moment, please. Let's get you plugged in. Okay, and then this one, we're going to do the same thing over on this leaf. Help him get grounded. And that one's really good over there. Right, but I like to insert things and then kind of plaster them down later once I get them staged where they need to go. Okay, very good. And there are bees on this one as well. I see two bees. I see a bee right there. I see a bee there. And if you're so inclined, let's add a bee down here, right? Why not? Grab those bees back. And we need 3 of them. This guy's over here. So this is where the putty tool does come in handy, I'll be honest. If you take this and you pick it up, you gotta make sure you have enough putty. And then you can set it. I use my nail to help hold it, otherwise it might want to come back up. And you gotta make sure you have enough putty to pick it up. And then he can go right there. And then this one can go right here. Bonito. Very pretty. All right, so that one's good. And what could you Stella? You guys, honestly, you could Stella everything. I'm not going to Stella. At the moment, I'm going to save the 2 minutes of Stelling. And pardon my sneeze. Not sneeze, my blow. So, I warned you guys. I was going to have to do that a couple times. So there you go. All right. We got another one done. And I did realize here that I had this. If I wanted to, I could have glued this on the side and it would have looked really pretty as well. And then I would have moved my best wishes over maybe a hair, but that would have looked really pretty on the side there too. But I forgot about it. So we'll put this onto the scrap pile and be good to go. All right, 2 scoops of Raisin Bran done for you here. So we got these 2 buttes ready to go. And we will do 2 more. So let's see what happens is you got to be careful when you have those leaves because they do end up have a tendency of getting caught. And let's get you in here. All right, so those 2 are done. Let's grab this guy next. I think this one's a nice, easy one. All right, so this one is your espresso base. Another beautiful card, yay. All right, we'll come back to that. Let's burnish the edge here. And this, we'll do a dry fit if we see it. To me, it's a little bit less yellow and I want to see more yellow. So let's just grab this. and trim off hairs. And let's see. Oh, perfect. Okay, good. And then let's just test this one out right away. That looks like it'll be all good. Okay. So on this one, we have happy birthday. And the happy birthday comes from, the beautiful bokeh. So this will go here. We've got a piece of designer paper on the bottom. And then we've got the Starstruck embossed folder. So that's Starstruck for you again. Another sale-a-bration showing here. And then you have a branch that'll go through here. And then we need to stamp our flowers and our leaves and our sentiment. And the inside of this one, ooh, looks like that. Okay, very pretty. All right, let's see what we got. So we're gonna need espresso ink. So let's do this one. And that is time to celebrate. Celebrate. Let's grab another block. So the time to celebrate comes from the beautiful bokeh. If you have any kind of furs on your ink pad, I do highly recommend getting them off before you start stamping, because otherwise they get on your ink, they go on your stamp, and then that goes onto the stamped image, and then you end up with a line in it. So let's let's get that out of there. All right. When you have pets, that's just a natural thing that happens. So time to celebrate is going to go on here, right about there. Good. And then we have happy birthday, and that will go on that little strip here. Another one, I'm going to grab a block. Honey, you awake, baby girl? Okay, so we'll do happy birthday on this little guy. Be careful, if you get ink on your fingers, you want to make sure it's dry. So got happy birthday here. Good, so that's it for that one. That's it for sentiments. So now, this is the card that has the most amount of stamping. So let's show you what this is all about. So we're done with this one. We need the yellow. They call it mellow yellow. All right, two-step stamping. We have two stamps that basically go over the top of each other. They fit just right, and you have to figure out which way they go. So that is, you can kind of see they fit on top of each other like that. So I'm going to do the solid, well, I should say the detail first. And we're going to do that right about here, maybe like this. I want to see, because we got to get our leaves on here too. So let's try this. If it doesn't work, we can always flip it over and start over. So you want to do the solid, the detailing first, and then grab a scrap paper again, and we're going to do this one at second strength, and that fits over the top of these just right. Okay, let's see if that's good. Okay, I think I'm good with that. Now, that's what's on the inside as well, though. So let's grab the inside, and I think we got it like this. We're going to do something like that, and then go back and get the solid at second strength, and hover over the top till you get it where you want it, and then just go for it. All right, so that should be it for these. Okay, now we have greenery. Grab your old olive. We need leaves galore. All right, so on this piece here, so this will be part of our inside. So the leaves now, I have them like this, and I believe that we stamped off. So let's do this and see what second strength looks like. So grab the dies. I want to show you what we got here for the die. So this die right here is what cuts this out, right? So what we need to do, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 5 leaves. And I think I'm gonna go for full strength. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you should have plenty of room. You could even do more if you wanted. And this will get cut out of this, and we'll do the die cutting. And what this does is it makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pieces. You have to be careful that this doesn't shift on you when you go to cut it. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a lot of white border. And this is where I said, I wish I had a Vanna White here tonight, because I don't have any of these dies here. They are all with my helpers at the moment. So I'm just going to turn around and cut this out really quick out of the little baby die cutting machine. And you definitely want to grab some sort of tape to hold it. You could use low-tack artist tape. You could use washi tape. But I would recommend using something, because if you don't, it might move on you. Okay, so we got those cut out. Right, so we'll come back to those. And I'm gonna just really quickly here do the inside. So this one I did do these at, I did do them at second strength. And so that means you want to stamp off, and you're gonna tuck the leaves in. So stamp off, tuck a leaf in, and then we'll put one over here probably. So that kind of decorated the inside of the envelope, or inside of the card. And now I think we're done with this. Next month, I have a fundraiser that I need to make a donation for. I think I'm going to turn last night's class and tonight's class cards into wedding and Mother's Day cards for it. Perfect, Laura. That sounds like a fabulous plan. That's a great idea. All right. If you have the die, you could go ahead and die cut all your leaves. And I don't have a die. So you guys get to watch me fussy cut a little bit more. Oh, that last card then too has 3 flowers on it. So yeah, that's how it goes when you don't have the dies. It dawned on me when I ran upstairs. If you guys saw, I posted that I needed to run upstairs and get dies. I'm like, oh, I don't have the dies here. I only have the flower die. But this is easy enough to cut these. There's a lot of straight lines. It's not hard. There's just a lot of them, because 5 is a lot to us, right? All right, so there's that one. Get this out of the way. And then have that. And then we'll do this. And then all that's left on this one is a little bit of assembly. We've got the hard part done. And do you guys have any big plans for the weekend? It's the last weekend in January. It's January 31st, and we get February all in one weekend. We get January and February this weekend. I don't know if there's anything big and exciting going on for anybody. For us, it's cold here, so don't generally go out and do things. Tyler would love to go out and go for hikes and walks out in the cold weather, but I'm a little into the not cold weather. But we had 55 degrees today, which was awesome. It really was like a record high for us today, it seemed, for this time of year. Oh, Sarah Marison, you're going camping. That's because you guys are in your summer right now. I love it. All right, I got my leaves done. I have to blow the nose again, you guys. Hang on. I definitely am at the point where the under nose is hurting. So, all right. This is 1. This is 2. That can go up there. We've got this one, which is connected. And then there's a small and a smaller one. All right, so those are what we die cut. It's 1 die, and it die cut all of that at the same time, which is super cool. So let's put that back here. And we're gonna put the die right away. I love it. Tyler and I are gonna try to do more camping this coming summer. We definitely had no time for anything with the project that we had. And so it's gonna be nice to get a little camping under our belts. So that is on our radar as well. It's going to be a hot weekend. I'll take that. I would love a hot weekend. I know that not everybody's like that. Some people love the cold. All right, so let's get this down first. So there's no ribbon. Can definitely get this put down first. And then this one can go, make sure you get it the right way. Your flowers are growing up, not upside down. Let's get you like that. Okay. Then these two kind of crisscross applesauce. One's flat and one's popped up. So let's prep this one with the dimensionals. The embossed one is the one that gets popped up. And the designer paper is the flat one. A girls' weekend up in the Blue Ridge, Georgia. Oh my goodness, Linda Hunt. That's exciting. And Angelique is working on cards. I love it. Cards is always a good thing too. So this guy's ready to go. And we're gonna flip this one over. A little liquid glue there. So they're not straight. They're a little kitty wampus. So this top left is more to the left. The bottom is more to the right. They meet in the middle on the bottom. The embossed piece is down lower. Okay? Something like that. And then that branch will go through the middle like that. Now, how I would do the branch, I would take glue dots. And I'm going to put a glue dot on the back side of the flowers near where they're going to attach. And get them staged. And that one's going to get two, one on each side like that. And this one. So I got my glue dots back here on these guys. Okay, so the smallest one goes at the tippy top of this branch, right? So I'm connecting these to the branch. And then this guy connects on that one. This one, I think it is. These two are pretty interchangeable. So let's see. This looks more like this one. He's kind of over here. And then, oops, I ripped it. Get that paper off of there. This one looked like he was on the end of that branch. And then these three. This one is the one I go for. I can tell that's the bottom. I kind of set it on the branch like this. So what happens then is I've got all the flowers connected to the branch. I'm going to flip it over. And I can put dimensionals on now. And that's going to help connect the branch even more to the flowers and pop them up at the same time. I'm not going to worry about gluing my branch at all. No glue. No glue on that branch. That's, you know, if we can avoid gluing a skinny little thing, I'm all over that. All right, so now we've got this staged. And it's going to go something like this. I'm looking at the middle. It's like right, that comes down right where that embossed piece is, and this kind of goes that way, and something like this is I'm good. And then for our leaves, you can flip them all over. And what I have is a dimensional on the bigger portion of the leaf, like this. And then I think what we'll do is put a little glue dot at the base of the leaf to help stick a little bit more. So let's now, okay, that can get ripped off, I think. We're good there. And then one there. Attach that there. And what we'll do is we'll be able to pull these all off and tuck them in. All right. Okay. So this one comes out over here. So what I'm doing is taking where the glue dot is and tucking that up there. And then this one is going to come out right up here. And you can put them behind the petals if you want. That looks good. This one's coming out this other side over here. And then this one comes up the middle. And it's really cool because You can tuck them underneath and then they have the height. Now this one, I'm just gonna wait for one moment and I'm gonna investigate where my happy birthday went. It went MIA. I'm sure that you guys can see it somewhere. And it'll make its appearance soon. I'm gonna glue these on the inside. So let's set you there. This is for here. Like that, and then perfect. So that's our inside done. And I have my envelope flap here, so let's do that. Test that. That I think looks good. You could also pick this side, but I love the more contrasting with the yellow. All right, somebody's got to help me out. Where did my happy birthday go? Was anybody spotting where it went? So that goes here. Good deal. Okay, so it's not with my pokey tool, so we'll put you back. I don't see it with my glue dots. Cut this edge off. So now this one is shorter by a little bit, so you have to nip off a little bit of that envelope and then continue on. Carry on, Wayne, carry on, Gar. Carry on. So there's our envelope flap. Now this is another one where if you wanted to, you could have put this in the bottom. That would have worked, but I ended up with stampy stamps. So put that on the scrap pile. And okay, it's not with those. Where did you guys? Okay, well, it's not with that. It's not here. Just stick to the bottom. Nope. All right. Not under there. Not there. You guys, it's like, where did my happy birthday go? Nope. 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 Okay. And not in this little pile. Checking the floor. Oh, ta-da! There it is. I knew it was somewhere. I had a hunch it was there. So back to this now. We need to add a little, okay, so my ribbon got all jacked up. All right, so let's go back to this now. Now that we put everything away, we found it. So we'll grab a tear and tape for waiting in the wings underneath the PPY. We're gonna grab a little tear and tape with our ribbon. It's a great place to use this little guy, right? So let's get him used. He's gonna be tucking out past the P here. Oh, wow, look at that. I might just leave it like that and see what happens. And if I center it just a little bit better, I might be able to use that and then make the loopy loop on this side. Check your dies. There they are. Okay, so that guy's gonna go here and then bring this guy back over here. Yay! Do you see I used that teeny tiny little ribbon piece? Instead of putting it in the garbage, we utilized it. All right, so tear and tape across the back and then grab your dimensionals back. And, all right guys, hang on. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever been this schnoodly and alive, but onward we go. So again, I apologize for that. At least I don't sound that horrible, I think. I mean, I probably sound worse than I feel, but this is gonna, look at that. That was perfect. That kind of goes right here in the nook. And we're gonna pop that on the front like that. And now what we can do is take our last little leaf here, tuck him in right here. He's going to go to bed right there. He slightly overlaps the label. That's what I wanted. Well, slightly overlaps that. And what we could do is pop one dimensional back over here because it's hanging off over the edge and we want it to be flat. Hi, Lisa Lefron, boys. All right. Oh, we did it. So pretty. We get to add bees. Bees are the best. Same concept as what we just did. We're going to put a little dot right there, one here, and one guy. Ooh, he's really, So I have a little bit more green space here than I do over here. So what we could do is we could put a bee right in the middle like that. Trish said it's her favorite card. Yay. Very good. So let's grab this guy. He can go right there. And then this one can go here. You guys like it. I'm so glad. So glad. And then put one right there. I do use my nail to help hold it down while I pull it. There we go. I like this one. So again, another card where look at the layout and how could you flop in a different designer paper and different coordinating accent strips and then something going up through the middle. So pretty. You guys, we have all of this ribbon left and I didn't even use that much so far. So good. Okay, so we've got 3 done and we have 1 more to go. So far we have these 2, 3 done. So those 3, so far so good. Again, you guys, I'm not going to take the time to sell it right now. I can do it later. Or whoever gets the cards can actually sell it too. And we just hit 8 o'clock and we have 1 more card to do. I'm going to take a drink of water because that always helps. All right, we have wishing you all the best. Oh man, we've got some paper to cut. Oh, I wish I had somebody here to cut that for me. It's okay. Let's see what we got going on here. That, and then this is your brown envelope-y. So let's flip this back. And I think we're gonna put the burlap on this one. Right like that. Let's do that right away. Get that done. And we'll let that sit for a moment while we look through the rest of our stuff. Okay, so there's that. In here is another week, guys. We went to town in the Starstruck embossing folder. It was what you get free with a $60 purchase during sale-a-bration. This is a little label that comes from this set. And instead of stamping on it, we used it as an accent piece. Here's your wishing with no dots for the eyes, which is intended. I did not want to make my girls hate me by having to save all those. So you're just gonna have to grab a brown espresso marker and make little dots for your eyes or find a cute little gem to put there. So we have crushed curry for this one instead of daffodil. And what you're gonna do is burnish this. Okay, so that's so far so good. And what we're gonna do is pop this up. Now, by putting the ribbon over the top, it kind of pulls that down, but we're okay with that. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this up with some dimensionals. Oh man, incoming. I saw and I heard you coming, big boy. Oh, you're so handsome. That pretty little face of yours. What you gonna do? Nothing to see here, officer. I know we got a hot mess going on here, big boy. Mom, I can't go anywhere. Everything of yours is in the way. Move it, please. All right. Oh, there he goes. So this guy gets popped up right here. There's a kitten in a bag and he got distracted. So that's gonna go there. Very good. And then grab your tear and tape. I still need to finish I will need to rewatch to finish the cards. Yeah, no worries. That's what the replay is there for. All right, so we're gonna put the tear and tape near the bottom edge here. This is about a good 3/4 inch to an inch away. And so what you can do with your ribbon, you can just take this and cut about 5 inches. You don't want to pull it too tight, but it's maybe right about, it's more like 3/4 of an inch. You can see about how much burlap is showing here. I'm going to tuck that one tail behind, and then we're going to tuck the other tail behind. Okay, and you can finish this up with the tear and tape to make your sandwich. Okay, and then take this off. And we'll glue this to the card front. Let's just test this because if this is good to go, we'll glue that in right away. Yep. So let's glue both of these at the same time. I don't know. It's going to be hard to pick a favorite, you guys. It really is. Complete on my nail and everything. So this will go on the front. And then we can stage this on the front, or in the inside. Good deal. And then this little guy is gonna go, you could have it so he's back. Nope, there's Hunky actually. This is gonna go, you could have it so that you see the yellow ribbon. I know it's sad because you cover up a lot of the yellow ribbon, but you could have it so it's just noticeable here on the bottom if you want that. Or you could have it so it's riding above it. You still see it on the sides, and we're gonna tie a little overhead knot there. So what we're gonna do is cut this in half, and we're gonna just stage this. So it's easy just to put this underneath here, and we'll just put it off to the side for now. And then for this piece right here, it would be best to grab the edging of your dimensionals. So cut along the edge here. And what you can do is cut that in half. You're going to put one near the top and one near the bottom. Like this. So that means that if there's, the ribbon will go right through it, but you'll also catch the designer paper when you put this down. This is going to be a fun set. Love these cards. Yes, Barbara Rudolph, I definitely agree. I love this set. I absolutely do. All right, hang on, guys. All right. Then we have here this going right about there. It is centered, right? Something like that. So you all the best. So that is from this set. So you could put lots of love here. Let's do that. I like that idea. I'd love to send lots of love, right? So let's go with love, because all we need is love. L-O-V-E, love. Got wishing you lots of love. So grab the espresso. We're not going to lose this one. That fits right in here. So lots of love. And if you don't like it as long as it is, you could take your scissors and you could trim it shorter, like that, right? Because then you'd see a little bit more of the green, right? So we'll stage that. And then on the inside, what do we have? Oh, this is the one that I have nothing. So I'll leave it blank on the inside in terms of a sentiment, but what we'll do is put a little bit of yellow flower. Oh, Debbie Ebersbacher, hello. She loves the yellow. They call me Mellow Yellow. So this yellow, this flower got to work out. It really did. So we'll do the detail first in the bottom corner. And then what you can do is take the solid one and go right over the top. Just like that. I didn't even pay attention to the angles of it at all. It was all good. And then we can glue this on the inside. If you wanted to use some burlap, you could have cut a piece of burlap, but we'll put this on the scrap pile. And that in the inside. And then, can you guys tell I'm procrastinating and cutting my flowers? So there we go. And now on to the flowers. Oh man. All right, let's think about this. The stem does not really get seen, and only part, okay, so I did go up into the middle here because you can see there's a burlap through the middle. So I did come down in here and take this little chunk out of here like this. Let's get that all buttoned up and come back. And then we'll come around here. Now, I don't have a tendency of doing every little intricate in and out. So this one, I think I went in here too. If there's a little room to get in here, I have a tendency to go in, but I don't spend a lot of time in here, and I work my way back out. And then coming up here, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm not really moving my right hand. I'm more or less moving the paper with my left hand. And all I'm doing is opening and shutting the scissors with my right hand. I guess that is something that Shelley Gardner taught me how to do at an onstage back in the year 2014. I think I was watching her cut while she was doing a presentation, and she talked about that. And I think ever since then, that is how I've been cutting my papers or anything that needs to get cut out. It hurts my arm less because I'm hardly moving my right arm that's doing the cutting. And we're gonna go back up and go like this. Come back down. I'm not gonna worry so much about the stem because you don't see it. So let's just cut that off. And then we are gonna cut right up like that. And I did want to narrow that off. Okay, so that's gonna be one of them. There's one, and then there was one. And now let's work on this one. And we'll get around this guy. So we're gonna get these all three staged. And then we're gonna find their placements and plop them on down. Like this. I've never been the biggest fan of fussy cutting. Some people find it very relaxing. I haven't really enjoyed fussy cutting since I had to do about 150 of the same thing. It was like the year 2001, way back before I became a demonstrator. Many years ago when I first started doing cutting, or cards, I made 150 of this. I don't even remember what the focal image was. It was probably a tree or something, and it just became a pain in the butt after the 50th one. That kind of stuff, you can't do it all in one night. You really have to spread it out. But I've never been a fan of fussy cutting since then. But I don't mind it. I was so happy when they came out with dies later in life. All right, so we're going to do this last one. All right, one moment, please. We said the last thing we want is for the drippy drippies. All right. On cardstock. That would be good. Hey, cat puke is one thing, but we don't need our schniddle juice on the other. So, all right. There's this guy. Nobody's going to want to be the winner of these cards. Because you guys are probably like, oh, or I have to put them through, I have to bake them for a little bit. Put them in the oven and bake them for just a moment in time. Or I could replace the ones that the cat threw up on. All right. We're just going to do this little leaf. All right, let's see what this does. So let's prep the back with some dimensionals. And we're going to put them behind the flower heads. And I'm going to also include the leaves. And this leaf over there. This one. That one here. And there's this guy here. Barbara said this is one of my favorites. Other favorite colors, countries that hand penned. Yeah, I definitely agree. This one's, I love this daffodil with the old olive and the brown and the Delightful Wishes set. I think that they did a really good job. I'm just going to place these on here now just to make sure my placement is good to go. So this, remember, we're cut off here. We're hopeful that we're not going to see that. Okay, so remember this little, that guy's gonna go here, so that covers up that bottom part, and then this is gonna cover up that. Okay, so I think we're okay. I could even maybe move that up just a hair. So perfect. So let's go for it. We can always rearrange if necessary. Okay, so he was right about here. This one is about here. And then this is going to go here. So we're still good with that height. And we're going to be good. I think we're going to put that down. Let's put this guy down. So that's a perfect example of how if you have on the designer paper, the flowers hanging off the edge cut like that, you would never know that here. So this, wait, let's hang on tight. So we need to put a little bit of the dimensional back we're gonna do this much. We're gonna put it all the way to the top, like that. And then that should be enough. This is gonna just ride over the top of this a little bit. And then we gotta get this guy tucked in here yet too. And he goes something like, hang on, we're gonna cover up that line there. And you know what, let's see here, hang on. That needs to come down just a hair, just a little bit. So this is where if you don't push stuff down, you can pick it up. And then if we can finagle that leaf up like that. And then this one's gonna go like that, or like that. There it is. Oh, I got it. And then that can go right there, like that. Okay, we did it. We did it. Okay, now this ribbon, we had that staged over here. We're gonna take this and make our, so if you wanna make it a little longer, you can if you have ribbon left over, but you're just gonna take that and make an overhand knot, and it's gonna come right next to it, like that. Nice and tight. Grab your ribbon scissors and trim your tails then, like that. Good, very good. And now we can add our bees and our wishing. The wishing is gonna go right about like this, okay? It's gonna be a pain in the butt to glue, but we're gonna make it happen. And then we're gonna put some bees on. We're gonna wait on the bees. We're gonna do the wishing first. So, all right, you don't need to have glue everywhere, but you need to have it in good spots. And we're going to go with a little over here, a little on the G. We're gonna definitely do through the middle here. And then like that. And then we're gonna plop this down and see where it ends up. So the G kind of hangs over the label a little bit. And the W is over there. It's something like this. Okay. And it's okay that this is popped up and the G is going down. I'm really okay with that. The W is gonna just hang there. You do want to grab a brown marker if you have one. Hopefully you have one. If you have black, black would work too. But you're just gonna take your brown marker and make the little tittles. I think they're tittles, if I'm not mistaken. The dot of the I is the tittle. And now we can drop our bees in to help us with our pollinating experience. This one goes right on the flower. And you can grab your putty tool. We got 1 bee, 2 bee, and 3 bee. Whoa, he flew up in the air with the greatest of ease. There it is. He tried to fly away from us. Ta-da! We did it! Whew, okay, let's put the cover back on. Clothes don't fly all over the place. And let's bring them in. And again, for Stella-ing, you could Stella all your flowers because they are designer paper. You could even Stella, I think that would be good to Stella this little greeny accent label. With the Lots of Love, it's a little shorter, where that one you could see it's a little bit longer. You see a little bit less of the green. Be strategic about covering up. You could have even, I thought about it, like it crossed my mind if I wanted to go get another chunk of the flower and tuck that in there, but instead I just moved everything down a hair, and I'm okay with that. So, we accomplished it, yay. Okay, let's pull them all in. Oh, I'm not done. Wait, there's more. When you think you're done, there's always more. Let's just do a quickie cutting of this. Perfect. Love it. And that matches so nicely with this one. Okay, very good. And then we have that one, which matched very nicely. And then we have the blue 42 with our nice matching envelope. The cheery yellow cards, they're so cheerful, you guys. They really are. Here, we'll put this guy here and that one there. All right, we did it. We did it. Sorry. Oh, I was trying to think if I would reschedule this class, when I would reschedule it to. And there's really no time in the calendar to reschedule classes, you guys. So I do appreciate putting up with this. I was not excited about sounding or feeling kind of the way I feel for this class. I have been looking forward to this class since these cards were designed back in the middle of December. And never did I think when these were being designed that I would have a schnoodly nose for you guys. And I think this is probably the first time ever that you've ever heard me in 4.5 years, or oh wait, I'm going on 5 years. It'll be 5 years, I think, in March that I started doing lives. I don't think I've ever done a live with how I feel, but I'm okay. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I apologize for you guys if I annoyed anybody or made you irritated, because that is not what I intended to do with this most amazing, cheerful class of ours. Oh my goodness. And at least you guys got to see Bigger Tigger. He got to make his presence be known. He always loves to come in and say hi to you guys. You needed some inspiration. Yay, Randy. I hope that you guys love this. I mean, so I will tell you where we're at with the Beekeeper's Guide. I showed it to you yesterday, maybe. Yes, I did show it to you guys last night. It is updated. I sent it out to 20 of my team members, or maybe 15 of my team members first. And they've all reviewed it. Well, I don't know if they all have, but 4 people got back to me and they told me things that I had that were spelled incorrectly or needed fixing. And Kelly's made those updates. And now you can see the red nose. Kelly made those updates and she sent me the file today. So now what I'm going to do the preliminary step of putting it first in my Inspiration Hive. So anybody who has access to my Inspiration Hive will be the first run of seeing the guide, the shopping guide. It is without an index at the moment. So Kelly is going to be researching how hard or easy it is to make an index. And I gotta just do this. Sorry, guys. Sorry. My lips are dry. So Kelly's going to be making an index, and it's either going to be within the next week, or if it's too big of a feat, she's going to start tackling it little by little, and it'll eventually come out when we make the updated shopping guide in May with the launch of the new annual catalog. So I feel as though that's okay, because having everything just all in one document is going to be the biggest win for everybody. And the index will be a secondary thing that you can always check that later. So I am going to, my goal still is that anybody that is a customer of mine that has either supported me in placing product orders or tutorials or tool caddies or anything like that from last year, $50 or more, or we're going to take through basically January. We're going to try to pull in January numbers too. I will be sending those people a link, and I have to do it in stages because I can't email out more than 100 people in an email. Otherwise, they think I'm a spammer. So I'll have to be creating some groups for us. And yeah, that's the goal. So my goal is to get it out in the Inspiration Hive in the next 24 hours. I'm waiting for Kelly to create a little graphic for me. And then once I have the graphic, I'm going to try to upload it. Now, if it doesn't allow me to upload the document, because it's a massive document, it's 110 pages. If it doesn't let me upload it in the Inspiration Hive, what I think I'm going to do is create a document, a blank document that has the link for it. And then I'm going to put that link in the document and then put that in the Inspiration Hive. But either way, it's going to be in the Inspiration Hive. So that's where it's going to be first, so that people can look for it there. So that is on my radar. Thanks for sharing these with us. I hope I feel better soon too. I think I'm going to take a lot of zinc tonight and some Zicam and drink a whole lot of water and maybe have a good tea, a tea with some honey. They're all beautiful. I like the one with the branch on the most. Oh, good, good. They are also pretty. It's going to take me forever to put them together, but going to get it done. Good. Yeah, you guys, and just a reminder too, I did send out the tutorial last night to everybody who signed up for class. I generally try to get the tutorials out by at least the day before, and we did that with this one at least. That was good. Jolene's going to be starting to work on the tutorial for the Memories and More class now, and hopefully have that ready by Monday. And class is on, I need it for class on Wednesday in person, so we're working on that one next. So, and for those of you who did the Winter Creative Escape for me, she got the presentation file done, so I'm super excited. I was able to put that in the files section of the Winter Creative Escape group, and I'm in the process. I have the email all staged, and or maybe I sent it. I can't remember. I staged the email, so it's ready to get sent out. So for those that did the Winter Creative Escape for me, you're going to have that whole document. It's like 20 some pages of pictures and measurements and some instructions to refer back to the video tutorial. So cool. Love when you share your fuzzy butts with us. Pets are the best. Yeah, you guys pretty much get the butt. When the camera's coming down, you get Tigger's big rump. That is true. Yep, he's got a big butt. Yeah, all right. I don't know if I missed anybody. If I did, if I missed any comments, if you guys asked any questions, just know that it is hard to watch the comments as they're coming through as I'm making the card. So if anybody asks something or if you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm working through things, and puffs with lotion really help. Okay, I will. It's like it got really red here. You guys, I have quite the stack. You guys didn't even know how many Kleenex I went through while we were live tonight, because if you only saw one hand in the video, that means the other hand might have been wiping my nose. So just letting you in a little insider information there, like you really want to know that. But let's grab my book, you guys. I'm going to do a random number generator to see who wins. I do remember from early on in the beginning of the video, I had Janice Worth, and there was one other person who were interested in the DSP sampler. Thank you. Make sure you send me a follow-up email too, so that I can make sure that we get you logged and get that situated and pulled aside for you. I have 84 people that did the class with me. Thanks. Definitely try to get some rest. Definitely. You guys, you probably don't ever experience this with me because I generally don't get sick. I think this is probably the maximum amount that I get sick. Like, I haven't been sick for probably 4 or 5 years now. So it was like October of 2020, right? When everybody else was getting sick. That's the last time I can say I was sick. So I'm doing okay if that's my ratio or how often I get sick. So I have 84 people here. I'm going to hit the word generate. And number 2. Oh my gosh, 2 scoops is Mary Lemke. All right, Mary Lemke. I don't know if you're still watching, my friend, but number 2 is my favorite number. And I have you in the book for winning. So I think we should do 2, though, because with 86 people, that's a lot. Let's do one more person. I'm going to hit generate one more time. Number 16. It's stuck with the low numbers today. Leslie McMahon. Awesome, Leslie. I will have a door prize for you in your February package. And Mary Lemke is doing porch pickup. We have a Leapers Crafting Retreat in 3 weeks, and Mary Lemke will be down for that. So Mary, I know you ordered your classes porch pickup this month, and so we will make sure that I have a prize for you. I love it. Okay, I think we're going to call it good, guys. I am going to see how I feel in the morning for doing the Navigate video. I'm 50-50 at this point. So, if I don't... I might just push it out to next week. We are not in a hurry to do the Navigate video. I don't think you guys would probably all tell me, rest up and don't put it on yourself to do it for tomorrow. So I'm leaning towards not doing it tomorrow at 10. I will push probably to do it next week. And you guys will all be fine with it. I know that you will. You'll all say take care of yourself. And that's probably what I will need to do. I did push the yearly guessing game question and then the scavenger hunt, like the word search. I did push that out to next Tuesday at 11. I think we'll push that out to Tuesday. I will find a day and time next week to do the navigation video. All good plans sometimes get finagled, right? And so we had a plan for lots of lives every day, but I think tomorrow I'm going to push it out just to give me some extra time in the morning to take care of myself. So, and not be all over the place right off the bat. So I think that's what we'll do. All right. Linda said hello right at the end here. Hello to Linda as well. All right. Sherry says to rest. Just push it. Sleep in. Good. Thank you. I have permission slip from my friends and family. You guys are my friends and family. So we're going to hold off. So watch for that for next week. When I get the cover photo from Kelly, I will create the live in YouTube. And if you guys go searching through my YouTube channel, you'll see when things are scheduled for. So that's a great way to find that. So take a deep breath. All right, you guys. I talked a lot there. All right. Just a note too, I have lots of the Hearts of Elegance class left over from last night, and a bunch of you emailed me today for that. So that's great. I think I'm down to 15 for that one. So that's phenomenal. So, all right. And if anybody was on the wanting this class, just send an email out to cbcenroll@gmail.com, and we'll get through our registrations and see where we stand with everything and see if we can accommodate your request. So, all right, you guys, lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. We will see you next week, probably on Tuesday at 11 is what I have planned. So enjoy the rest of your weeks and enjoy your weekend. Get something fun done for yourself or made for yourself. Do some cooking, relax, take care of you first, right? So I should listen to my own advice, and that's what I'm going to do. So, all right, you guys, love you. Bye.